What's going on, guys? Well, I've got my Elsgate V2 Mini I got a few days ago, and I've been working with it and everything, trying to get builds right. One of the biggest things is I didn't have any higher gauge wire to actually do a micro build on it, so I ended up using just my normal builds I use on my other IDAs, which it works, but it probably could be better. These uses, since it is a mini, it's got the mini RDAs, which compared to a troll, it's yeah, smaller. Of course, if you guys have mini RDAs, you know what I'm talking about. That's what it looks like. It's a carbon fiber with the Yup logo. I don't know if you can see the RDA as well. Looks really nice. I thought this I thought this color and design would be cool, so I went ahead and got this one. I think overall it's in between a white and a black, so I think it looks pretty cool. Anyways, right now I've just got a single addy on it, because normally for me, of course, single addy is going to be more practical for around the house, you know, everyday type stuff. The dual addy, I'll put that one on in a little bit. The dual addy, you know, it's more for an enthusiast's sake, like maybe to the vape shop or, you know, around friends, just kind of show it off, stuff like that, you know. It's more to be, oh yeah, looking cool and, you know, producing more vapor. However, in my experience, which it could be due to the build that I'm using, since I don't really have a micro build in here, I get a little bit more vapor from the dual setup, but not a lot. But you can be the judge of that when I do vape the dual. For single it does wonderfully, even with the mini. I mean, it does on par with like the troll I use or something like that. Yeah. Of course, more practical for everyday use. However, I use my tugs more than I use this anyways. But yeah, it works really well. I had a few problems with it when I first got it, but I cleaned the battery connectors and everything's working fine now. It does have a PCB board in there, and that's what was giving me problems. It would always cut off, and then I'd have to remove the batteries and put the batteries back. It was a big old mess. But I think it was due to something on one of the battery connectors. So once I got that cleaned, everything's working great now. For dual addy setup, really not that difficult. For a dual addy setup, your airflow is all the way open. You don't have any customization options. Even if you're running a single coil build in each of the addies, which you can do. The adapter for a single addy does have the option for single coil or dual coil builds. But the adapter for the dual does not. All it is just a cap. So you just slap the cap on there, which is kind of sometimes a pain to get on. There we go. And you're good to go. That's what it looks like. Pretty good. Another reason why I chose the mini, it fits in my hand really good. You know, it's not overly a burden to actually get a grip on. Performance, you can be the judge. That is with dual. I probably should have actually added a little bit more juice to the one addy. overall performs great. Other than those few little problems I had when I first got it, I haven't had a problem since. Yeah, I mean, it performs just like a normal box mod. I don't know why they call it a mechanical mod because, well, it is somewhat of a mechanical mod, but it, like I said, it does have a PCB board for protection in there. They recommend you do not build your decks below a 0.2. I think that was right. But, like I said, I always keep my builds around a 0.25, somewhere a little bit above, just to be on the safe side. Battery safety. Even when I run duals, my batteries do not get excessively hot to the point where, you know, you feel the mod getting really hot and you're like, oh crap, maybe I should take the batteries out. I chain vaped a little bit on it, took the battery out, felt it, warm to the touch, just like any mod you would use. I mean, yeah, and I'm running the Samsung 25Rs in here, so they're only 20 amp batteries. So, it will successfully handle a dual setup running about 0.25. Is it practical for everyday use? No. Like I said earlier, it's just for show, really, you know, off and on. I mean, to me, from my perspective, it doesn't look like it puts out much more than my singles. But to you, it might actually look like it puts out a hell of a lot more. That's why I said you can be the judge. Really not much to say. I mean, this is my first mini RDA that I've actually built on. It is a 3-post design, so it was a little bit difficult, especially because of the gauge of wire I was working with. But that's why I'm going to buy a higher gauge this weekend and make a few micro coils and see how they do. And possibly make another update video to just kind of show you if that actually, you know, increased performance or really didn't do much. Overall, compared to the size, here's a tugboat with a fishbone RDA. Put them side by side. They're about the same height with the dual RDAs, and actually it'd be just a tad bit smaller with a single adapter. As for width, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit, especially with the button sticking out. But about the same length. Weight, doesn't weigh too much with both batteries compared to my Hellhound, which a video of that is coming next. But overall, really good mod. I mean, it's not overly priced either. I picked mine up for $69. You can buy others. You can buy the standard, the original for like, you can get one of those for about $69 too. Just like I said, shop around if you're really thinking about buying one. Other than that, there's really not much to say. It performs well. I love it. Can't wait to show my friends and take it to my vape shop this weekend. Let them get a glimpse of it. They've seen one, but they've actually never seen one with any, one. So, see how that works. But, yeah, if you have any questions about it, feel free to drop me a comment. I'll answer them to my best of my abilities. Other than that, yep, stay tuned for more videos.